You can finally earn while playing Illuvium, and there's a potential to earn a lot. Hey everyone, I'm Caveman, and I'm going to be breaking down this airdrop and sharing the best ways to maximize your earnings. The total ILV is 20,000 for this airdrop, which is about 1.8 to 2.5 million dollars. So there's a lot to earn there, and that is just until Illuvium moves to the mainnet, which is expected to be in the next few months, and that'll be another 180,000 ILV that'll enter the ecosystem when the game fully launches. But let's focus on the current active airdrop and how to increase your yield now. You'll earn your share of that 20,000 ILV based on airdrop points, and there's two main methods you can collect them. One, just play the game. It'll accumulate at 100 points per hour. This is going to set a nice base where you're literally getting a little paycheck to just play debatably the most polished Web3 game in the industry. The second way is to earn points by completing full tier collections of alluvials. You'll have to catch or fuse every alluvial at that tier, including their stage 2 and 3 evolutions. You're going to have to hunt these creatures in the overworld battles using a third-person point of view hunter kind of game. Then you're going to battle them in a strategic auto-battler. And finally, if you win all of that, you're going to lock them in your drone, minting that NFT on the blockchain. For example, you'll need to get all 12 tier 1 alluvials and their stage 2 and 3 evolutions, so a total of 36 alluvials. You can get the stage 2 and 3 variants by finding them roaming in the overworld, which can be quite rare, or by leveling up 3 of the lower stage alluvials and fusing them together into that higher evolution. Only then will you receive the bonus points, and they scale hard and high with the tier, but getting those stage 2 and 3 evolutions of the higher tier ones will be the difficult part. Leveling them up can take a lot of time, so you need to be planning your hunting and training efficiently. I'll now break down each tier of alluvial and suggest which ones are worth getting and which ones you should skip, along with tips for collecting at each tier. Note that there is an active bonding curve. If you don't know what that means, it's an algorithm that makes specific alluvials harder to find as more of that type are caught. An example would be a lot of rampfires have been caught, so its drop rate will decrease relative to the other alluvials. Now, as we have a huge wave of players coming in, this will start to impact the ecosystem and could greatly change the overall strategy. If you really want to do your research on that, I would check out the blockchain and see what has been minted and what is the most common alluvial, because I'm sure that will then be the hardest one to get potentially, and separate that by tiers. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the tier 0 collections. These will be going for 200 points. To be honest, these are not worth your time. All right, you're already getting 100 points per hour, so really getting an extra 200 points for what would probably be 30 to 50 hours, if not more, to get those, it's just not worth it. Because when you're in the stage 0 region hunting these tier 0 alluvials, you only get 2 alluvials per encounter compared to like 4, 8, or like 13, I think is at the max, or 11 at least. There are so many opportunities for you to get what you need. In this case, you only get 2, and finding those exalted tier 0s can be really difficult. So I would highly suggest not touching those tier 0s. Similarly, the tier 1s can be hard to find as well. I think that maybe that's partly because we've been focused so heavily on being in the stage 3 regions, and the drop rates for a tier 1 alluvial in the stage 3 region are just very low. So finding the exalteds, the stage 3, especially the monkeys, it took me a long time. In fact, I actually had my Dorius and a Dulif before I actually had a stage 3 tier 1, which is crazy. So you definitely want to probably skip that. It's only 400 points. Once again, that's 4 hours worth of time. You'll already be done. Then we get to the tier 2s, and these are where you get some potential. And actually, real quick, I'll just drop on tier 1s real quick. These can be, if you're actually going to push for this, I'd then go in the stage 1 region and look from there. Maybe stage 2 would have a good drop rate for the stage 3 alluvials. We're going to get mixed up with these stages, I tell you. But that's what I'm believing it would be the best if you're trying to, just be a completionist and get all of your alluvials from all the different collections. That's one way you could do it. Now, the tier 2 alluvials, this is the whole links line. I think these are going to be super easy collections to complete. All right, you go to stage 3, you will find those linkses all over the place, the stage 3 versions too. So that's going to save you a bunch of time because the main constraint here is going to be leveling. All right, you are going to have to level some because you're just not going to be able to find them. And that can take like 4 to 5 hours to level a 3 stage 2s to a stage 3. That can take a lot of time, and I'm actually going to be dropping a video on leveling. It'll be here if you want to watch that. It's going to be helpful. Definitely subscribe. As soon as we get that out, I'll definitely push it. But there are some really efficient ways to level up, and there are some that will waste your time. So that's something to consider, and I really think that the not having to do any leveling, because you will find all those different stages in those links is in the stage 3 region. You just got to go there. If you're struggling in the stage 3 region, or even in stage 2, I would highly suggest watching this video or this video where we go really into depth of how to set up your team, how to do the early game so that you can really learn how to get through this and be able to maximize your earnings in this airdrop. So definitely check those out. I'm going to move on to the tier 3. I think this is going to be like a solid one that you're just going to kind of stumble upon. You can find all the stage 3 of the tier 3s. It just takes some more time. I know I didn't level any of mine. Just over time, I was able to find all of them in the stage 3 region. So that's going to be another easy 1,200 points for you. And then we're going to be moving on to the tier 4 and tier 5. And then this is where I think we're going to make some good money and potentially a time sink. So the tier 4s, you're going to find the stage 3s and stage 2s pretty rare. They don't show up, but over the entire month or two of this open testnet phase, you should be able to accumulate quite a few of them. Hopefully you only have to level up a few, and once you get towards last week and you're like, okay, this is grind time, I need to complete this collection, you might want to spend the time to really just figure out, but get those last ones. I would only advise finishing one of these collections. Don't worry about it unless you get a crazy amount of these, the stage 3s. Then you can push that, but otherwise I'd skip it and just go straight to tier 5. This is the money maker. I mean, look at the difference here. This is absolutely, it's huge. That's 150 hours worth of points there. So if you can get that, that's literally going to double whatever you're probably having. And honestly, if you don't get this, I don't think you're going to be in that top upper half of this airdrop, and you're not going to earn significant amounts if we're being honest. So you're gonna want to be looking for those tier 5s. You're gonna be spending a good amount of time leveling them up too. That's really the key. What I would suggest is maybe get 4 or 5 of them, and then once you have the stage 3s, you captured them. You're gonna want to capture a couple of them because leveling all of them from 0 is a task. All right, I still don't have that done, and I have over 200 hours from the first from this last month. So you're gonna want to do that, and I think that the top leaderboard airdrop players, they're gonna probably do this 2 times. They're gonna be crazy, literally no lifing this game for the next couple months. So I think that's what you're gonna do, and obviously you're just gonna live in that stage 3 region. You're gonna do a shard run, you're gonna do a consumable run, you're gonna do an alluvial run, and you're just gonna rinse and repeat as fast as you can, trying to capture as much as you can. And I think that's what it's gonna resort to. But it's going to be really quite interesting. Eventually, there's going to be a couple other ways that you can kind of double dip. Once they unlock the Illuvium 0 beta, the open beta, you can actually then play Overworld on the side. I imagine that while I'm, going into an encounter, it's loading screen, I'm going to go click build a building, you click some resources, pop back over here, and you're just going to be going back and forth, and that's another way you can double the amount of time you're actually spending. So you just got to make sure, we're meeting all of the AFK flags so that you're, doing well there. And eventually they will have a points dashboard. I think there might be something that I might make early on just to make that a little bit easier so we can keep track of your alluvials and your points, but we'll see if we can get to that. But It is coming. It's like literally, this is what we've been waiting for forever. I know 2 years, 3 years for some, 4 years I think for some. And it is finally, we're now able to earn in Illuvium, just grinding and playing a game that's actually fun. A Web3 game that is actually fun. I am just so excited, and this airdrop just started, and I'm going to be grinding along with everyone. I'll be in the Illuvium Discord. I'll be in the Hyperion Discord, streaming and talking. It can get it's a long grind. Join us, chat with us. We'll help you. If you get a really crazy find and you're like, I don't want to lose this, come to these Discords, share your screen, and we'll help you position, set up your stuff so that you can make that capture. But hey, that's all I've got for today. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you later. Caveman logging off.